Well, when you go through a divorce, there's a million different issues you could be dealing with. There's obviously some big ones that tend to come up more often than others. If there's children involved, we are obviously talking about child custody, and then that brings up issues of child support. You've got all the assets and debts you've kind of built up during your marriage, however long that's been. Every asset and debt you can think of is on the table, whether it's yours or hers or a mix of both. And then you've possibly got spousal support, what used to be called alimony. In terms of whether or not you owe that extra amount of money on top of child support that you may owe. So all those are in play, and everybody brings a different set of facts to the table. So obviously those are things you've got to tell me more about so that I can give you the answers to your specifics. No matter what set of facts you bring to me, you still have to go through the same procedures. The skeleton, if you will, of the things you have to do are going to be the same for everybody, but when you bring in that different set of facts, everybody's going to have their own tangents. But the basics are that you have to file this thing, you've got to serve the other party, you have to exchange a lot of disclosures. So as paperwork after paperwork after paperwork, these are the basics. And then eventually you get to the point where you're doing a settlement, and you're drafting that settlement agreement up. So that's the one that's going to have all the terms of the custody and the support and the distribution of the assets. And that's the thing that's going to be affecting your life, for many years to come. And then eventually you end up with a judgment. And so every case ends with that judgment, and you only get that in two ways, either by going to trial or by settling. So eventually, 95% of the cases are going to settle, and you're going to be doing this, at a negotiation or after getting temporary orders, but eventually you're going to settle this case. Some cases actually go all the way to trial, though, and you got to be prepared for that. In our focus, representing men, we get a lot of clients who are in the military in San Diego area, and so we also know the intricacies of dealing with that because their particular facts can be quite a bit different than other men in terms of their retirement and other complexities that come up with that. We are who we say we are. Goldberg Jones is a divorce for men law office, and we tailor our practice that way for a reason, so that we see the same thing day in and day out, and that we can be more helpful to our clients, our husbands and fathers who we're representing dealing with all these complex issues in family law. I'm going to help you navigate this minefield of going through your divorce, and I'm the one who you're going to talk to when you call in, and there's no fee for that call, and that's the best way for us to get started and start talking about your specific situation.